Battle of the Plains Phantom Sealed is out on Magic Online. I wanted to check it out. I love Seal Deck, and I like the format. You get 8 packs that are all themed around a certain time in Magic, or plane, I guess. But you get to pick between, like, Dominaria's stuff, I guess. Zendikar, I don't really know anything about Zendikar, and I also think it just tends to be like a little weird. You can get spooky with Innistrad. Whatever this is, this block is way too old for me to remember. And then just like Ravnica Remastered plus some more of the Spark. I think I'm probably most familiar with like the Dominaria stuff, so let's start there, I guess. I would be tempted to do War of the Spark Ravnica Remaster, but you go with what you know. It's 100 play points to enter. That's like roughly $10, depending on what your currency is. Yeah, this is currency talk with Jake. All right, so we have our 8-pack sealed pool. We got a little bit of blue and white action here, but whenever I start with pool, I just want to go ahead and sort by rarity. You just right-click in this top part. You can see what your rares are. Okay, so this is like our bonus, like weird sheet stuff. So we have a Daxos, a Hinterland Harbor, and Rayav, which works with equipment. We also have one with the Multiverse, which is just a bomb. You just get a bunch of free spells. You rip through your deck. It's also incredibly expensive, but it's sealed, so we can probably cast it, right? We also have a Chaotic Transformation, which is kind of a dud. Defiler of Flesh, which is okay if we're heavy black. Hoarding Broodlord, which is actually pretty good. It rewards you for having a bunch of creatures early, and then you get to tutor for something cool. Not bad. Lenore Ways for some more fixing. Maybe we could get into like a little bit of Sultai action. A Lodestone Golem, which just makes everything that's not an artifact more expensive. Yes, he remembers. Sea Devil is also a cool thing. Just copy the best stuff. I'm tempted to say, based on like some of these uncommons, like Halo Forger, Artistic Refusal is also really good, that we probably want to be like base blue-black with maybe a little bit of green. It's 8-pack sealed though, so we're going to have enough playables. We also have a Rona in here. Rona rewards us for playing lots and lots of spells. So now we have like a lot of Convoke stuff in blue-black, which are traditionally not colors associated with convoking. Let's sort by color. Just make sure we have enough cards. We do have 21 blue cards and 17 black cards, 26 white cards. Maybe we should be there. But let's see. As we started building this, we're going to do a fast forward, and when I click my fingers, we have a deck built. Fun how that works. So right now, like, it's not great. We have some decent top end in the Broodlord and the one with the Multiverse, like we talked about. We only really have one good green card to splash for, and it's Deadwood Treefolk. It's just going to help recur some of our better threats. We're really lacking on interaction. We can recast a bunch of stuff. We can go to our graveyard. Urborg Repossession is also another little green splash. We can pull things out with Halo Forager, but it's rough. And we don't have a lot of early creatures for Convoke, so we're playing like Coral Colony, which, hey, maybe we get a mill win. We're playing Wretched Enerid. I've never even seen this card, but Wretched seems about right. And, you know, maybe we'll splash, like, we have a couple little duels that had worked for red, so we can bring in a Molten Tributary and, say, this Bloodfell Caves, just so we may be able to get our mutt back. But this is basically a deck right here, and whatever, it's Chaos Sealed Light, so we're feeling pretty good about just playing anything. I think I wouldn't be too stressed about it. We're not playing Defiler of Flesh, notably. We should probably bring that in. And I don't know, Avon Fisher seems like a boomer card that, like, once upon a time was like the card, and now is just so outclassed. So let's just save the deck. We're a little light on creatures too, but we've got a lot of fun things to do. We have won the coin flip, we will play. And we have a little bit of ramp. This counts as ramp. Festering Goblin counts as ramp for Broodlord. And we have 3 black sources. So, hey, let's give it a whirl. And we don't need to worry about getting Goblin down on turn 2, so we can just lead with Caves here, and we gain a life. Look, we've already won. We've already won. I'm sorry, if the game was stopped right now, who would win? I believe it's the person with 21 life. Like, here we can just play Mire and Goblin. I'm not too worried about getting Mind Stone active now. Maybe we can just chip in for a damage. Let's get our tap lands out of the way. We are on pace for an early Hoarding Broodlord. Are we getting in with this goblin? You bet your sweet bippy. We have so many tapped lands. And we'll just Mind Stone here. 3 damage to any target for 8 mana. Seems brutally efficient. Emphasis on the brutal. Alright, so we'll play a Wretched Innistrad. And that does put us on pace for a Broodlord next turn. Unfortunately, our best target to get, which would be one with the Multiverse, is going to be impossible to cast with this weird mana base. Okay, if they kill Innistrad here, we're fine with that. It wasn't a core part of what we were trying to do. All right, before we do anything, let's just get this exploration off, since we can't quite... Oh, let's tap correctly, and we'll get the kicker on here. Scry 2, draw a card, and we got a land. We don't want any more land. Ooh, okay, so... I think we just go top, and we'll just get this Caress going. And Power Stone tokens are fine. Basically, being able to Gix's Caress means that we never lose to their really powerful stuff. Right now, I think we're probably most worried about this Myers Malice. Like, we can't afford to lose to... Although they would have had a really tough time casting it without a swamp. Return the planes, replay the planes, planes. Trains, perhaps an automobile. All right, so now we can Forager. Then the question is, do we Caress again? Or do we join Exploration? I think we'd rather have a card here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're just 1 away from our 8 mana Broodlord, but we're still, like, there's a very real possibility we get to live the dream. Okay, so it's going to enter. We're going to pay 2, since we have decided that we absolutely do not care about our opponent's hand. And we'll get back this Joint Exploration. Yes, we'll cast it. Ooh, let's cast it with the kicker. Why not? We like to live dangerously. We have to go bottom. I guess we can cast this if Forager survives. I'm going to put that on the top just because a world in which we lose is a world in which our opponent casts some unbeatable bomb. They're hurting on mana. If you click on the little eyeball, we can see what they have in their hand. So they've cast the Skyfisher. They are still waiting to draw any forest for these. We got rid of the Myers Malice. Now they get to go get a plains. So we know they have Reclaim the Wastes, the Blightblade, and then 1 other card in hand. Useful information. They're really just trying to get this Invoker up and running. I think we just Broodlord here. Let's go. And we're Broody. Big booty Broody coming down. In 7/6. Flying. All right, now the real question is, what do we get? I think we try and shoot for the moon here. We're going 1 with the Multiverse. I think if we get to untap and we have 1 with the Multiverse, we can cast it with Convoke, use Halo Forager to pay for it, and then during each of your turns. Okay, so we can't cast a free Artistic Refusal on their turn. I'm not sweating it. They are 5 color Zendikar. And that's like one of the big traps I would shoot to avoid, is just trying to do too much in this sealed format. I think it's just very tempting to be like, let's do all of the things. But then you kind of do everything a little worse. If they have a counterspell here, we are going to flip a table. No, okay, they don't. So we get to play a land off the top. I don't think we want to play Shadow Prophecy. Not yet. But you know, what else are we doing? We can't get it. There are no creatures in our graveyard to get back, except for the Innistrad, which we are not stoked about. We're at 19. Let's cast this for free. We have a lot of domain because of our tributaries and all that. Okay, so we'll just get some untapped lands, please. And I think we should just get in here. Why not? Why not? He says. Chock full of hubris. Okay, they have access to 4 of their 5 colors. This is a whole lot of mana going on. What? Jeopardy music plays. Jeopardy music plays. Oh no! That's why you don't attack, because they sheer drop it. It'd be a shame if we had a Deadwood Treefolk that could just get it back. They do awaken a land. Crucial. Fortunately, we don't have to convoke as many things anymore now that we have 1 with the Multiverse out. Just really need to make sure we don't run out of lands. Okay, so we will start by paying 6 for our Treefolk. And this is ETB or Leaves, which is nice. Does have Vanishing. Womp womp. And we'll get our Broodlord back. Big Broody Judy. Cast for free. And wow, we just have so much recursion. Like, we could just grab a Dread Return and make sure that we never run out of gas. Yeah, we can just put a Dread Return over there. Tempted to play a free swamp. I think we want another blue source in case anything gets too frisky. Then we can Artistic Refusal and counter it because we're going to leave this Halo Forager up. If only we had a way to get a spell back from our library. So it is 12 all. We are not by any means running away with this. Rona's interesting though because we can just start pinging. Let's attack first. Fortunately, Broodlord does not have trample. Oh, no, it didn't need trample. It didn't need trample at all. Go to the sideboard. This might be an interesting Glistening Deluge deck. It seemed like they're playing a lot of little fellas and gals and non-binary pals. So maybe we're just less worried about being able to return everything. It seems like it might be a little overkill. We have some good early interaction. Maybe Gix's Caress isn't as good on the draw, so we cut that. And then we just hope to deluge him out. I'm cool with that. I think this is an easy keep. We're happy with this. Get some good defensive plays early, and then we can scry our way into victory with Joint Exploration. They go tap land, we go tap land. Ooh, they go little buddy, you can fetch them some lands. We're just going to play a big defensive butt right here and say do your worst. Then we have Defiler as like a potential top end threat. They are serious about getting land. Maybe we should have been trying to go aggressive here. Fortunately, we do have the Defiler, which can do its best impression of offense. And we'll be able to get down a Trench Stalker at a discount. So next turn we get to go Defiler. Feels good. We love it. I like how this would now be a sorcery speed ability, but back then they were like, whenever. All right, we're down to 19. Yeah, they're definitely just holding for, like, they're like, hey, I'm not under any pressure. Do your worst. I think we want to keep. The nice thing about Trashwork Mutt is that we could dump this Mana Worker to it and then give Trench Stalker Death Touch and Lifelink, which I think is going to be important. So we'll just go top. It'd be nice if this was a Surveil and we could just toss it into our graveyard, but sadly that is not what's happening here. Do we just Trench Stalker now? Entirely possible that's correct. Make him have an answer for it. They go get a land. The nice thing is if they want to make us discard 2, we're totally fine with that because we can just pitch our flashback and unearth cards and just go, okay, well, that's the thing that's happening. We will keep taking 1 until morale improves. Now I think we're just forcing their hand a little bit. Say, hey, you're not just going to sit there and get lands until you're blue in the face. You're going to have to deal with this Trench Stalker and soon. Sadly, our Coral Colony is doing absolutely zero work as a Convoke enabler and not milling. Really just the worst of all worlds. Defiler is happening, it looks like. So our opponent is playing Zendikar, so their whole thing is just going to be turn their spells into creatures by animating lands. I think those are words. There's a name for the effect. Everyone knows it. It's okay. If you don't, target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Pearl's clutched. Interesting. Okay, so we do have a way to fetch back Mutt. We certainly don't need to Urborg Repossession yet, mainly because we only have a single target. I think we just send them all, send in the clowns, make our opponent worry. Ooh, those blocks for a second made me think Sweeper. It's like they have a way to make all of this end. Okay, this is just one more land. Okay. This looks like a sweet deck. Just the ability to, like, especially against somebody like me who isn't going to apply a ton of pressure, to be able to just go and fetch a bunch of lands and have fun. Like, I have a feeling we're about to see some big awakened creatures? Is that the name of the thing? Have I been talking the whole time with chia seeds in my mouth? This looks gnarly. Okay, kick, destroy target creature. Who are you destroying? I think that's fine. They can't just use the sharpshooter to pick off the Mutt now, which is cool. The question is, I think we want to mill ourselves with Coral Colony and see what we can get in for this repossession or dread return. We get a mill and we hit Phyrexian Rager. Not great, not terrible. But now, I think the real trick is we return Defiler. Now we get the Defiler in play. So when we Shadow Prophecy, we are going to... we don't actually draw... We don't actually draw off of this. We won't trigger the Stalker. But we will next turn... if we buy back Rager plus something with repossession. Ooh, interesting. We have not made a land drop, so we could just take Meeting of the Minds and Swamp, draw for Stalker. I don't think we want to see double, because we're not going to get both sides of it anytime soon. Oh, Black Permanent spell. That explains so much. Let's be sneaky. Like, why are we doing instant speed stuff at our main phase? Okay, we will gain some life. We'll have a lot of life. And we'll pass. Where nothing could possibly go wrong ever. Nothing went wrong. So that's a quick look at Battle of the Plains Sealed. I would just recommend trying to stay 2-3 colors. Try and just build responsibly. Cast your things at a curve. Be ready to play a long game. So play discard spells. Play counter spells. Don't play little things that don't scale well with the game. Just have fun. This is a weird little format that Magic Online came up with. I think it's pretty cool. So just enjoy it while it's here and don't overthink it.